so far, and it continues tonight. 84 degrees to start this game, with a breeze out to right field at 12 miles per hour. Not really the gust that we had last night. And they're talking about mostly cloudy, but right now we got blue skies above Fenway Park as we get this interleague series underway, and always fun when the Mets come to town.
It really is. It's exciting because you hear all about the Mets. They're just like the Yankees. It doesn't matter. Everybody covers them, even if they have a bad team, which they don't. You always hear about the Mets and the Yankees. You can't, get away from it.
Well, it's a different looking lineup. As you pointed out, this is a banged up team coming in, and they're at the end of a very long road trip. They, of course, started on the West Coast. They played in Los Angeles the night before last. They did have yesterday off, but ready to go now as Daisuke misses with ball one and we're underway. Daniel Murphy appeared in 49 games last year. This year off to a .263 start, 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. A strike from Matsuzaka.
Murphy getting a chance to play first base again, which is his natural position. He had so much trouble in left field. You can't get away from that either. You see it on SportsCenter every night.
Yeah, we highlighted the defense off the top for the New York Mets, which has not been very good, as they rank 14th in the National League in that category. Only Arizona and Washington have more errors so far. Jerry Manuel in his 8th major league season. Of course, the former Chicago White Sox manager as well.
Too many people out of position is what's going on.
Murphy fouls off another, then it hangs at 1-2.
Good live fastball right there, 94 miles an hour, if you believe that. You could tell by the swing how quick it was.
There's Jose Reyes, of course, pulled himself from the game the other night. Had an MRI yesterday, still listed as day-to-day tendonitis behind his right calf, but just adding to the injury problems for the Mets.
You can't win without him. Without him in the lineup, you can't win.
Again, the 1-2 to Murphy. He's down and in, and it's 2-2. Well, last time Daisuke Matsuzaka came off the DL, of course, they did not have him rehab. Some wondered whether he should, and then, of course, he got bombed that day by the St. Louis Cardinals.
And I didn't realize he didn't have a rehab, which was kind of silly. He probably should have, looking back.
Swing and a miss, elevates and strikes out Daniel Murphy.
Never seen Daisuke before. Cannot catch up with that high fastball. Not too many people can.
So one down for Ryan Church, right fielder for the Mets. Church at .276 with a home run, 8 runs batted in. Sits safely in 10 of the last 11 games, and he's been one of the Mets who's been hot lately, hitting at .350 in the last 6 games. He's out after the first pitch. On a fastball so far from Daisuke Matsuzaka.
Yeah, right away early on he's got, what, 94 miles an hour. That says a lot. You've got to establish that fastball in the first inning. You can't go to 5 of your pitches right from Jump Street. But he likes to feature that cutter. He loves his cutter.
More hard stuff, and it's fouled off. 0-2. Well, you wondered when the WBC started what effects it would have on the Red Sox players. They had so many different players going. 6 regulars were there, 14 from the organization. But we found out from the USA side, with both Pedroia and Euclid coming back early, fortunately they were minor injuries. Daisuke was a little bit different, and he went a little longer and certainly pitched a lot more and played a lot more than those guys did.
And if you think about it, last year, coming off, like we talked about, that rehab that he didn't do last year, coming off shoulder problems last year, and then toning it, getting it all torqued up real quick like that. Just an accident waiting to happen.
Swing and a miss. Fast start for Daisuke Matsuzaka. Strikes out back-to-back Mets.
There's his patented little cutter slider. Gets a lot of punch outs with this ball. Fastball, cutter, slider so far. 2 punch outs. What a way to come back. The left-handers are going to have a tough time swinging over the top of that.
So 2 down for Daisuke, and it brings up Carlos Beltran, who's been experiencing a sore knee. He's slated to be the starting center fielder tonight, but just before game time, the Mets made the switch, put Beltran as the DH. And Jeremy Reed moves into center. They'll have Gary Sheffield, who was supposed to be the DH, playing left field tonight. There is Sheffield. And an unceremonious end to his time with the Tigers in Detroit. Grounded right side softly. Pedroia in time. A nifty 1-2-3 first for Daisuke. Red Sox coming up. Sox coming up in the bottom of the first, and they deal with Johan Santana. Some very good numbers to start the year. In 8 starts, 5-2 with a 1.36 earned run average, 53 innings, and 67 strikeouts in those 53 innings. Last time out against the Giants out on the West Coast, a 7-inning effort, giving up 4 earned runs. Ready to work to Jacoby Ellsbury. Leads it off here in the bottom of the first. Ellsbury with his 16-game hitting streak coming in.
Fastball and the greatest changeup in the game.
There were those who felt that Pedro Martinez had the best changeup in the game for a time, but then it seemed like Santana's was better for a little while. Now, of course, Pedro not pitching at the moment.
I don't know if Pedro was in his prime right now. I'd argue Pedro had the best one.
Inside to Ellsbury, and it's 2-1.
You see his numbers here in Fenway Park are striking, aren't they? How bad they are. Because you think he's
shocked to find that out.
I mean, you think he'd had no problem anywhere.
Overall, he was 4-4 against the Red Sox, but 1-3 here at Fenway Park with a 6.89 earned run average.
Wow.
Those numbers are the worst of any ballpark that he's pitched in. 2-2. Ellsbury chops it high in the air. Going to be tough to get Ellsbury. Castillo will not. Can't even get a throw off as he bobbles it several times.
I'll tell you what, they saved themselves a lot of pain if they never even tried to get this ball, because it was a base hit when he went off the ground. As soon as you see this high hop right here as a pitcher going, oh no, this guy can fly. Meanwhile, Castillo tries to make a play on it, fumbles it galore several times, but this high bounce looked like it hit the plate. I think if he fields it cleanly, the first baseman was trying to make a play on it anyway. He never would have got there back in time anyway.
An infield hit and a 17-game hitting streak now for Jacoby Ellsbury. And the numbers during the stretch. Gets it right out of the way again tonight in his first at bat. There is Dustin Pedroia, who takes ball one.
First inning off of Santana, he's got to establish something. This is when you can get him. You know, really. You say it all the time about great pitchers, but him in particular, you know, he hasn't got his feel for his changeup quite yet.
This is not a ballpark that he's had success in the past. And Pedroia pops it up, foul ground, and it's back into the seats. The Red Sox starting lineup is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Ellsbury in center with Pedroia batting now at second base. David Ortiz, the DH. Kevin Youkilis at first base with Jason Bay in left field. J.D. Drew in right. Mike Lowell at third base bats seventh. Jason Veritek doing the catching, batting eighth. And Julio Lugo bats ninth at shortstop. Jason Bay with a great series against Toronto. A great start to the season. 1-1. On the ground to third base. It jumps up off right. Tries to stay with it, and the throw not in time. So instead of a double play possibility, Wright gets nobody. And that last hop seemed to jump up off of him.
It all started with Santana trying to slide step, hurry up to home. It's like almost a quick pitch. Ground ball, that bad hop. In between hop for Wright. As soon as this ball bounces off his chest, he really has no chance because Pedroia gets down the line pretty good there. First and second, nobody out.
He's charged with the error.
Tough error, really. Do or die.
So first and second, chance for a great start for the Red Sox against Johan Santana. And here's Big Poppy. Santana and Ortiz, close friends, coming up together in the Minnesota Twins organization, playing together with the Twins in the majors.
Big Poppy's had to face 3 left-handers since he's gotten back.
A strike and the count evens at 1-1.
Pretty little change-up right there. Same motion. You're looking for 92 and you get this. Looks just like a fastball all the way. Beautiful. And it's a strike too.
Framed by Santos, but it's ball 2, 2-1. Ortiz, of course, with a 2-run home run on Wednesday. It snapped a career long homerless drought of 149 at bats. And it was his first of 2009. He's had some good swings since. He went 3 for 12 overall in that series against the Jays. A strike over the outside corner. Big Poppy is not buying that call. Ball now at the home plate umpire. Not amused with the reaction of Ortiz.
This ball's up and outside right here. You see it. High changeup, I think. It looks like a slider, but it's a high change. That ball's not even close. He's got something to complain about, that's for sure.
Ortiz strikes out. Didn't like strike 2. See if he takes a look back. He's going to voice his displeasure with his back turned to the umpire as he walks to the dugout. Out number 1 of the inning.
That 2-1 pitch should have been ball 3. Meanwhile, it was strike 2. 2-2. He throws a fastball right by him. After that changeup, it's kind of hard to dial it back up. That ball got on him in a hurry.
Ellsbury at second base, Pedroia at first, 1 down, and Kevin Youkilis takes ball 1.
A little low sinking fastball he's got going right there.
A great return for Youkilis. That average back up over 400 at 402. 4 for 8 in the series against the Blue Jays in his return. swing and a miss, 1-1.
Look at that changeup.
Wow.
I mean, that thing is just disappears. He thinks he's right on this pitch. Sinker turns it over a little bit. The ball sinks a little bit. Probably a 3-finger grip. Look at it. See ya. He's way out front. That is nasty. It's the best in the business. Doesn't get any better than that.
Two-time American League Cy Young Award winner, 2004, 2006.
Could have been 2008 last year because he finished within a flurry the last 2 months.
114 career victories so far. There's a lot more to come. Youkilis takes strike 2. He doesn't like it either. Howard's already had enough.
Hasn't he?
Hands on the hips.
We're not going to talk about umpires again tonight.
I'll handle it.
You handle it. Because you know I'm working on my problem. I'm working on it. Every night I have to work on it.
Away, and it's 2-2 now to Youkilis. And the Mets coming in having lost 4 straight games. The Red Sox have the right guy up here. Runners at first and second, 1 down.
You got to have that changeup on your brain, don't you? You have to. I mean, that's his best pitch. 2-2. He's seen a couple fastballs. Swung through a changeup. There it is.
This is for ball 3. Full count. Last time the Mets and Red Sox met in the regular season, the Red Sox swept the 3-game series from the Mets. June 27th through the 29th. It was right here at Fenway Park.
This is the most patient 4th hitter I've ever seen in my life.
Youkilis strikes out. Foul tipped into Santos. Met back-to-back case for Santana. 2 down.
Changeup anytime. 3-2. Changeup turns it over. Hard to lay off this. This ball might be down and away, but how do you let that go? You just can't. That's why he's one of the best, if not the best, in the game.
2 down and a chance for Jason Bay. 301, 13 homers, 44 runs batted in for Bay.
He could tell you that's coming to change up. You'd have a hard time hitting it.
It's that good.
It is, because it kind of fades away a little bit. And that motion comes right at you. It's just like
it says fastball.
Yeah, totally.
Strike 1 over the inside corner. And he's dealing with a very good offense. The Red Sox 3rd in the American League with a .276 average as a team. And Jason Bay, a big part of that as he bats with Ellsbury at second base, Pedroia at first, 2 down. Bay chops it to third. Another chance for David Wright, who goes to second base, close but in time. On the force out that ends the inning. Santana out of the inning. No score. $25 to Children's Hospital Boston and the Red Sox Foundation for every strikeout by a Red Sox pitcher this season. So far, Ace Ticket has donated $350 thanks to Ace Ticket. Remember to get your Red Sox tickets at aceticket.com. Well, Daisuke Matsuzaka with 2 first-inning strikeouts retired the side in order. And it's 4, 5, and 6 in this new look Mets lineup tonight. Gary Sheffield, David Wright, and Jeremy Reed expected.
Sheffield got a look at Daisuke last year when he was with Detroit last couple of years.
High fly ball to left field down the line. Back goes Bay at the wall, and it's gone. Gary Sheffield returns to Fenway Park. Homers on the first pitch that he sees from Matsuzaka, and the Mets take a 1-0 lead.
You just weren't quite sure this ball was going to get out of here, but when it ended up, it was way out of here. First ball swinging. He gets a pitch up right here. He's trying to go down and away. Kind of left it up middle. Looked like he got the ball at the end of the bat a little bit. He wasn't quite sure when he left the box. Maybe if he thought it was going to go foul, but it went way back off the top of that sign. Number 502 lifetime.
It had the look initially like it was going to go foul.
Yeah, that's why he left the box, and it just didn't, because I think he hit the end of his bat. Because if he hit it solid, he probably would have yanked it out of here. Foul.
Well, it was straight enough. And his 3rd home run in a Mets uniform.
He's scary. I don't care if he's 40 years old. The way he wiggles that bat, I mean, he scares me.
It is a very violent swing.
He can hit some cheese. He can hit some cheese.
Now pitch inside hits the umpire. Cleared Veritek and gets Nauert. He's having a tough night.
It's just a breaking ball. It doesn't hurt. See him do a little sloppy little breaking ball. He just lets go too early. Almost hits right and hits him in the forearm. Easy for me to say that hurts. There's no meat there.
Paul Assard, the Red Sox trainer, out to check him out.
They don't spray any of that stuff anymore, do they? Remember
did that stuff always work? The freeze stuff?
Yeah, they used to spray. I guess it did. It's like instantly freezes
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you're all set.
Right. You're all set. Unless that's your pitching hand. Yeah. You can't feel anything. Look at this breaking ball. Not even close. Wright's lucky it didn't hit him. He can't even get a glove on it. Veritek. What's this going to be? A half-hour delay?
Well, they just want to make sure that he's okay.
Yeah, I guess that's a little harsh, isn't it? Bounce around. Let's bounce around. Shake it off. It had to hurt because it wouldn't have taken this long.
Well, we have a moment and show more compassion for the umpiring crew. We'll catch a new episode of NESN's Comedy All-Stars presented by Ace Ticket tonight at 11:30. Tommy Davidson is joined by John Fish, Bob Biggerstaff, and Dean Edwards on the show where sports and comedy collide. Visit NESN.com now to check out clips from the show.
So you think it's an umpire thing?
We'll have a clip of the show coming up a little bit later as Paul Nauert shaking it off.
That's not his strike call arm, right? The right arm is strike.
Goes right.
Yep.
1-1 to right. He's inside, almost hit him. Second time he's come in, 2-1.
That's a good pitch right there. That pitch goes a long way for the rest of the game. I mean, he's not afraid to come inside. You see, this ball's hot. I mean, that will be on Wright's mind the rest of this game.
In again, and it's 3-1.
What do you think the book is on Wright? Keep the ball inside?
It must be.
Because he likes to extend.
Right to right, and J.D. Drew in his tracks out there. Now back a step, 1 down. So a series of pitches in tight, and that one left out over the plate, and he lines it out to right field for the first out here of the second inning. Here comes Jeremy Reed, former Seattle Mariner. Reed at .333, no homers and 2 runs batted in.
That home run for the Mets is the first in quite some time, isn't it?
It's 64 innings.
Wow. They were due.
There's Sheffield, kind of an unceremonious ending to his time with the Tigers.
Shocking, I thought.
Released.
I don't understand that. And you're talking about he's making about 13 beans. Big beans.
He didn't want to be a DH. That was one issue for sure. He wants to play every day. Now he signs with a National League team, which is a bit of a surprise, and is doing some pinch hitting.
Right. And as it turns out, he's probably going to get a lot of playing time.
Yes, now he will.
Right.
And tonight getting the start in left field. At the time, you were kind of looking around saying, where's he going to play?
Right.
When he came over, and why would he sign with the Mets?
They're even
not having a chance to play.
Even the Phillies were talking about him, right?
But it's worked out because of all the injuries. He has played and will continue to do so. And tonight, he homers in his first at bat. A foul off to the left for Reed.
This Reed was the guy the Red Sox were interested in. Remember that? A couple of years back. Was it a couple of years ago?
Yeah. He was kind of in the mix in the outfield for the Mariners, up and down from AAA to the majors. I felt there was a lot of upside to him. At the time, I believe the Red Sox got Coco Crisp. It was right around that same time.
But really hasn't done anything in the big leagues. You could look at his numbers in Seattle. Not that he got a good chance to play, but not much there, really.
Omar Minaya, general manager of the Mets. Some tough endings to the last 2 years, trying to turn that around this year. It's not for lack of spending money, that's for sure. They've spent a lot of money.
They really have. They haven't been shy at all. I'm surprised they didn't get a hitter this year.
SK throwing hard tonight. Fouled back 2-2.
That was a team I thought Ramirez might have a shot going to. Daisuke early on got some pretty good fastball. Pretty good giddy up on his fastball so far. Not afraid to come inside, as we saw with Wright.
This one blooped to left. Jason Bay coming in, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Well, we talk about the stolen bases against the Red Sox. That's been a big topic this year. Of course, the Red Sox facing Tampa Bay so much. Los Angeles Angels, top 2 teams. And these Mets can run. Now it's a little different without Jose Reyes in the lineup, but they are first in the National League, third in the majors. But another team you got to be concerned with if they get on base.
Yeah, this team you got to run in the National League. You just got to, because you have to manufacture runs in that league. And that's why I say they can't win without Reyes. I mean, Reyes is such an important part of that club. There's always something going on with him. You know, his attitude is wrong. He doesn't hustle. Something's always going on. I mean, it's just in Mets in particular. They have a lot of, there's always something happening over there.
There's some dysfunction over there.
I'm trying to put it nice.
Well,
yeah. A little dysfunction. Yeah.
It's a tough job.
Yeah, it's a tough job. I mean, you can't spend your way to a pennant, that's for sure.
Center field. Ellsbury in a few steps. Puts it away. Leadoff home run for Sheffield. The Mets lead it 1-0. Receive a coupon valid for 30% off your entire purchase at all Olympia Sports locations on May 30th and 31st. Olympia Sports, get it for less. Well, Gary Sheffield, the difference in the game, home run. Into the monster seats in left, and the Mets out to the 1-0 advantage as the Red Sox come to bat near the bottom of the second inning. J.D. Drew, Mike Lowell, and Jason Veritek. Drew at .258 to start the night.
You know, not overpowering, not like 95. It doesn't have to be. He could probably get away with a 86-mile-an-hour fastball and change it.
Drew pops it up in the infield. And from second comes Castillo for the first out in the bottom of the second inning. Today's Twisted But True Fact of the Game is brought to you by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. It's been a rough season for the Washington Nationals. Fans of the team from D.C. has stumbled to a 12-28 start. It's alive in spirits at Nationals Park this past Saturday. The team offered a free sausage promotion. Long story, short things went awry when a manufacturing sausage cannon sprayed demolished sausage bits at the sparse crowd. I probably should have read this before I.
You sound like me. Just kidding.
It's twisted if you got it, but true. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is the refreshing hard iced tea. Tastes like real iced tea, be a little twisted. Free sausage promotion.
That's a tough one.
They had a malfunction, and their sausage cannon sprayed demolished sausage bits at the crowd. That's the gist of it. To short. Ramon Martinez on to first for the second out. Mike Lowell disposed of. 2 down. The Offensive Player of the Week is brought to you by your Boston BMW dealers. This week's honor goes to Jason Veritek. The captain has 14 total bases this week, including a double and 3 home runs. They've helped him drive in 8. Congratulations to Jason Veritek, the Boston BMW dealers Offensive Player of the Week. That one a little better, I thought.
Very good.
Yeah, much better.
Very much better. You're getting good at this.
2 down for Jason Veritek. The Offensive Player of the Week. He now has 7 home runs, 18 RBIs.
He's made his hits count this year. If you think about 16 extra base hits, 7 bombs, grand slam against the Yankees.
I've heard this a lot lately, but I guess it's true. Average is not the biggest deal from him, really.
No, and I think especially catchers, right, nowadays. I mean, if you hit 240, it's a good thing. It's perfect. Whatever. I mean, you'd love to have a good hitting catcher, but they're few and far between. I mean, his importance to the Red Sox obviously is catching this staff. And he knows that. He talks about it all the time. He doesn't even want to talk about hitting. He wants to quietly go about it this year.
We heard so much during the offseason in the time that they were re-signing Jason Veritek and also looking elsewhere at the time, kind of going back and forth. So much was made of his game calling. Is that overrated in your estimation?
No, it's not, because pitching wins pennants. And that ball's gone.
Veritek to deep left field. It's not coming back. 8th home run of the year. Red Sox tie it up 1-1.
Boy, you make a mistake to Jason Veritek this year. Home run number 8. Ball's upstairs, and he knows what to do with it. He has taken Santana deep before. High changeup. High changeup. High changeups go a long ways. Full extension. See ya. He flips this ball over the monster. Off the roof. See ya.
Hess is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on NESN during the 2009 Red Sox season. Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Pediatric Trauma Program at Children's Hospital Boston for every home run hit by the Red Sox. Hess committed to helping the cause. Well, Jason Veritek's home run has tied the score 1-1.
You make a mistake with that changeup upstairs like that, it goes a long ways.
Lugo takes ball 3, 3-0. There's a strike, and it's 3-1.
You know, it's hard to put together 2, 3, 4 hits off of Santana. That's why big flies sometimes the only way you're going to score.
It's amazing. He gets so many people out with the changeup. It's a mistake on the changeup that leads to the home run here as he leaves it up. And Jason Veritek has tied the score 1-1. Lugo strikes out. It's the third strikeout for Santana. Red Sox tie the score 1-1. Sox gear in town. Check out BostonGlobeStore.com. The Boston Globe Store is everything for the diehard fan. Autographed memorabilia, Red Sox photos, souvenirs, and more. Shop online. Shop anytime. Shop BostonGlobeStore.com. Drive to deep left field off the bat of Ramon Martinez. Back is Bay, and he makes the catch in front of the scoreboard. Just kept leaning as far as he could go, and he makes the grab just shy of the scoreboard.
He just sort of was gliding and gliding and gliding. When he first hit this ball, I thought it was going to go off the wall right there, but just doesn't quite get there. He didn't really get to the wall right there. He thought the wall was coming sooner or later. Nice little play anyway.
Dice-K liked it.
Yes, he did. Anytime a ball goes in the air to left field, it's like, oh no.
One away for Luis Castillo. Take strike one. Of course, Castillo was a teammate of Johan Santana's when they were together. The Minnesota Twins now together with the Mets.
When they signed him last year, they gave him a 4-year deal. They were expecting a lot more out of him, and I think they were disappointed last year with him at second base.
He's had some injuries to his legs that have stopped a lot of his running. Had some big stolen base totals in the past. Did have 17 thefts last year. But a guy who stole 48 bases for the Florida Marlins back in 2002.
Shows you, goes to show you what kind of speed helps so much. And you see that hack right there. That's not a, it's not a pretty thing, that swing. He's not going to go deep anytime soon, that's for sure. But he just sort of chops at it, and he used to be able to fly.
Yeah, he had 62 stolen bases, was the most he ever had, and he strikes out here. 3rd K for Daisuke.
I don't know what he's looking for right there. 1-2 pitch, fastball in, just freezes him. That ball's got, you know, plate. Good pitch.
So 2 down, 5 in a row. Retired by Matsuzaka. And here is Daniel Murphy, struck out in the 1st.
Let's see what a 5 is. 5 must be a little changeup. 83 miles an hour. For the most part, we've seen everything's been hard. Fastball, hard cutter.
On the ground towards second base, Pedroia, tough hop, takes him to the outfield, but takes care of business. A 1-2-3 third, a 1-1 game from Fenway. (1-1) Mets and Red Sox from Fenway Park as we get interleague underway. 2009. The top of the Red Sox order: Jacoby Ellsbury, Dustin Pedroia, David Ortiz. As Ellsbury takes ball 1, he extended the hitting streak to 17 games with an infield hit in his first at bat. One of 2 hits allowed by Johan Santana. Now ground ball to first, gathered by Murphy, who'll take it himself. And we check in with Heidi Watney.
Don, I talked to a number of players today about their thoughts on interleague play. Most of the guys said they like it. They like seeing different teams in different parks, including Jonathan Papelbon.
I like interleague play. I know a lot of people don't like interleague play. I don't know why, but I tend to enjoy it just because I like to see what the other teams in the National League have to offer and what they can bring to the table and how we can compete with them. So I like it. I enjoy it.
Now, Terry Francona has said that he knows interleague play is good for baseball and that the fans really like it, but he's not necessarily a fan because of pitchers having to hit. Since the 2 leagues are set up differently, it makes it tough. David Wright says he likes interleague play. He just doesn't like having to play the AL East. Don?
Not alone in that category. Justin Pedroia gets into this to deep left field. Back goes Sheffield, and it is off the wall, a fair ball. Pedroia will throw the brakes on as he rounds second base and has a 1-out double. It was one of those wall scrapers. You wait for it to come on down. It does, and grabs some wall in the end.
This ball is in the air forever. He gets a fastball in. He never misses a fastball. He doesn't get it all. He skies this ball down the line. There's not much room down there. Just scrapes the top of the scoreboard. Bounces around a little bit. I thought he was going to try to go 3, but he held up. This throw ends up being 1 hop to third, which is a good throw by Sheffield out and left. Those doubles are starting to creep up. 14th.
Joy at second base, 1 down for Big Papi, who struck out swinging. As a check swing there.
Starts him off with a little slider. You don't see too many sliders from Santana. He'll feature it to a left-handed hitter.
Foul chipped, and it's 0-2 at 93. Reached back that time.
And that sounded hard, didn't it? I heard a little pop from up here.
And we're a good ways from down there.
Yeah. That's the sound you love to throw when you're throwing good. Love that sound.
Strike 3. Ortiz goes looking this time. Second time Santana's got him.
He's not happy. He wasn't happy the first at bat.
Better be careful.
You better be careful.
Not a lot of room here.
You're not going good, and now you don't need to get the umpires against you at this point.
Howard was annoyed in the first. Ortiz and Youkilis both had issues with him, and then the ball that hit him on the wrist.
Those first 2 pitches looked like they were strikes. This one's paint, a little outside, a little too close to take, but you can't hit it if you think about it. 0-2 pitch. After he featured a 93 right by you.
Youkilis, who struck out swinging in the first, takes strike 1. May have asked you this before, not sure. You like interleague? You don't like interleague?
Who cares if I like it or not? But I don't. I just don't. First of all, I don't like to see pitchers hit. Period. Just do not.
Yeah. I care what you think.
You
I
care?
really do.
Thank you. Thank you. It's great for the game, though. So what's it matter what I think?
It's outside, and it's 1-1. Terry Francona quick to point out that there is a disadvantage for American League teams. When you go into a National League team, you design your team at times around your DH, and you don't have it.
No doubt about it. I mean, not that to say that because the National League hitters, I mean, pitchers get to hit more, so they know how to hit. I don't care if they practice all year long. Not a lot of pitchers can hit. But you don't want to hurt anybody, too.
No.
I'm telling you, when I used to take batting practice after not doing it for a long time, I would tweak my back. So I had to be careful. And all the batting practice in the world is not going to make me that good a hitter anyway, but you just don't want anybody to get hurt.
You were a 133 career average.
With 3 bombs.
You had 3 bombs, though. That's impressive.
Yeah. One year I had 2 bombs, 10 ribbies. That's not a bad year. And then I got traded. Never hit again.
3-1. Of course, the Red Sox pitchers preparing when they do have to play in National League cities. And as Terry Francona pointed out, it was not pretty.
You got to be able to bunt. That's all that matters. But I wish I could have took BP here because I want to launch a couple balls out of here. Not that I know how to hit, but
here's a guy
who
who
over the monster.
Hit a little bit. 5 home runs for John Smoltz. Of course.
Well, hell, he was in big leagues 20 years. He's got 5 bombs.
You're not impressed.
I was only there for a couple of years. Give me a break. I would have left about 10 times if you gave me 20 years. Somebody's going to hit my bat at least 10 times.
Josh Beckett in a home run for the Red Sox in Philadelphia.
He's got some pop. Yeah. He's a good athlete, Smoltz. He's just a really good athlete.
Now you like him.
Yes, I do. Wake used to be able to hit a little bit, right? Played third base in the minor leagues?
First base, I think.
First base?
Yeah. 3-2. He's rolled foul. It's tough to impress you, I think.
Is it?
Yeah, well, I think at times.
Well, come on. I mean, I'm just.
You impressed by that?
I'm never cocky, but the guys, I was only in the National League a couple of years.
But it's okay. I mean, you're a Hall of Famer. It's true. At the end of the day, you can say what you want. You can feel how you want. Because you're a Hall of Famer.
I don't ever want to get carried away about my hitting. Believe me, I could not hit a lick. But I did run into 3 bombs.
You're very relaxed.
And I'm proud of it.
You're getting very comfortable in this job. To the point where you're almost lying down. 3-2 the count to Youkilis. It's only when you start sleeping when we really have an issue.
We got to get back to this game here. We got a 3-2 count. We're looking for damage.
Jason Bay is all about damage. He waits on deck with 2 outs and Pedroia at second base. Johan Santana's up to 51 pitches with 2 outs here in the 3rd. That's a good thing. And if you're on the Red Sox side, pitch count going up. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Youkilis again. 1-1 ball game from Fenway. John Henry likes to move around at Fenway Park tonight behind home plate, checking out Johan Santana and Daisuke Matsuzaka. Not a bad spot tonight. 2 of the game's best going head to head in this 1-1 game into the 4th.
Somebody left him good seats, huh?
He knows somebody.
Yeah. You got to know somebody to sit there in the front row.
Or spend better than $700 million.
They'll give you any seat in the house, right?
Ryan Church hits one in the air to center field. There's Jacoby Ellsbury out there. Makes the catch for out number 1. What does 79 cents get you these days? If you go to Cumberland Farms Chill Zone, it gets you a whole lot of refreshment all summer long. Mix up any drink you can think of, frozen or fountain, for just 79 cents at any size. That's the Chill Zone at Cumberland Farms. 1 down here in the 4th inning. As Carlos Beltran stands in, he grounded out to second base first time up. And strike 1 to Beltran.
Daisuke's got it going on. You're talking about 38 pitches up to this point. 1 out in the 4th inning. So be careful of this guy here. This guy's a player. This guy's one of the best players in the game.
Would you agree that his stuff is sharper than in any of his outings to begin the year?
Good fastball. Real good fastball. Haven't seen all of his pitches. He hasn't had to. I mean, he can go out there and throw fastball cutter all night long.
Ball 2, 2-1.
But all of a sudden he'll come out like 6th inning and he'll break out one of those screwballs he throws occasionally to a left-handed hitter. You can talk all you want about 5 or 6 pitches, but for the most part he throws 3.
There's strike 2 over the inside corner. Beltran second in the National League with a .370 batting average to start the night. Second in the NL with a .467 on base percentage. 4th with 27 walks.
Switch hitter. Can run. Great fielder. Talk about tools. This guy's got them all. He'd go get him in center field too. And the way he does it reminds me of Devon White. Remember how casual he'd go about catching fly balls? I love center fielders like that. As a pitcher, you turn around, you know he's got it. Never a doubt.
This one to right field and down towards the corner. One hops up into the crowd. A ground rule double for Carlos Beltran.
Beltran's going to get a cutter inside here. He's seen a couple of them already in this at bat. It cuts middle. He's lucky this ball wasn't down the pesky pole. He hits a bullet down the line. Hops into the stands. I don't know if it would have stayed in here. He might have got 3. Settles for a double. He can hit. Came in here hitting 370. I don't think he's really had a year where he hit in the high 300s. I was looking at it beforehand. He's driven in over 100 runs the last 3 years. This is his 5th year coming into the Mets contract.
He's at second with 1 down for Gary Sheffield. Hit a solo home run. The first pitch he saw. This time he takes for ball 1. But a blast off Daisuke Matsuzaka in the 2nd inning. His 3rd home run in a Mets uniform.
He didn't get it all, but Fenway Park down the line. That ball goes out of here easy. Hit that ball at the end of the bat. He thought it was going to go foul.
We're talking about Beltran, and with the Mets, his highest batting average is 284, and that came last year.
Right, so you figure this 370, my goodness.
The power number is always very good. Last year, 27 home runs, 112 runs batted in.
Steal some bags. Not a good base runner, though. He does some silly things on the bag sometimes. Doesn't slide when he's supposed to slide. Earlier this year,
a total of 25 stolen bases last year. He was into the 300s when he was a member of the Kansas City Royals. 307, 306. And a beautiful night from Fenway Park. Doesn't get much better than this. What a way to start the interleague schedule for the Red Sox, hosting the New York Mets tonight from Fenway. Ball 3 as Daisuke falls behind.
You see if he gives in right here. He threw him a 2-1 cutter. I don't think he's going to throw him a fastball.
Wright waits on deck. 1 out. Beltran at second base. 1-1 game. Ball 4. Tonight's trivia question is brought to you by Aflac. We've got you under our wing. And the question is tonight, which 2 lefties had 20-win seasons for the Mets? We'll have the answer for you a little bit later.
Kuzma, as you want to.
I'm not going to tell you till later.
I know. I'm thinking out loud.
You have a tendency to do that. 1 out, first and second, David Wright.
I got a problem with that. That's another one of my problems.
Yell stuff out.
That's not good.
On the ground, up the middle, and into center field. Carlos Beltran's coming around. He'll score to put the Mets on top 2-1. David Wright not hit hard, but well placed. Lugo can't get to it. And he drives in his 29th run of the year to put the Mets on top 2-1.
David Wright is absolutely on fire on this road trip. He's hitting like 600. He gets a fastball or maybe a cutter out over the plate. Doesn't really hit this ball, like you said, very hard, but he placed it right up the middle, base hit, RBI. He has been hot on this trip.
Two on, 1 away. And Jeremy Reed flied out to left first time up. Swings through that 92-mile-an-hour fastball. '50th pitch of the night coming for Daisuke Matsuzaka. Sheffield at second, Wright at first. Fouled off the left side. It's 0-2.
This is where the Mets lineup just sort of stops. You think about it. Reed, Santos, Martinez, Castillo. The last 4 guys in this lineup. Nothing serious.
Much different.
Much different. Absolutely. This is supposed to be a powerful New York Met team, and this is not their regular team.
You get 5 or 6 injuries, and that's what happens.
You got to take advantage of this.
There's Omir Santos waits on deck as this is fouled off by Reed. And the list of injuries right now is endless and could be growing. We mentioned Beltran pulled from his start in center field. He does DH tonight, doubles in this inning. Appeared to be running all right, but not well enough to start in center tonight. Alex Cora.
Boy, they miss him.
One of 5 guys on the DL currently has got a torn ligament in his right thumb. It's going to be a while. And you're right. Because when Reyes wasn't playing, he was in there playing on a regular basis.
It would have been perfect for them. You know, he went into second base sliding head first. I saw it, and he snapped his thumb. Goes to show you, you got to be careful diving in, you know, coming into bags head first.
This is right thumb. You think about how important he was to the Red Sox. It's very hard to find those type of guys who buy into the role as much as Alex Cora did and have as much success in that role as he did.
And he helped a lot of guys, I heard.
Right side, Pedroia to second base for 1. On to first, not in time. It's almost like it was an afterthought for Julio Lugo there. He hesitated for a second. They don't get Reed. And there's 2 down.
Wow, you hope you don't go back to saying, well, they got to turn this ball. I don't know what happened on this play. You see a ground ball. He just flat-footed it. I don't quite understand. He didn't get in a position to throw that ball to first base. It's almost like he just 1 out's enough. I don't understand why he didn't come off the bag. You would have to ask him. That was a strange play. You got to turn 2 there. That's a double play ball.
Instead, it's first and third with 2 down and more pitchers for Daisuke.
I hope it doesn't come back to haunt you right here.
Omir Santos, the catcher, flied out center field first time up. To left, and it will be costly. From third base comes Sheffield, and the Mets add to their lead on top 3-1.
Well, you hope that it wasn't going to cost you there. And this double play ball looks like it's going to be a fairly easy double play ball, but he's just sort of stuck to the bag, his right foot, and can't get anything on that throw to turn this double play. And then you see Santos gets a weak line drive, left field base hit RBI. Doesn't matter. It's an RBI.
Now Ramon Martinez takes ball 1. And flied out to the warning track in left field. Jason Bay made the catch in front of the scoreboard. He was called up on May the 18th from AAA Buffalo. With all the injuries taking place here for the Mets. He had surgery recently too, missing most of the first month of the year. Had a hernia. Had surgery on March 27th. In the big leagues with the Giants, the Cubs, Tigers, Phillies. Been around as he fouls this pitch off 1-2.
It's funny how you find your way to the big leagues again.
Sometimes it takes a series of injuries to get you that chance again.
That's why you never know. You know, you go somewhere. He was in Buffalo this year, right?
Yep.
For AAA, you hang out there for a while, and I don't know if you sit around hoping somebody gets hurt, but you're ready.
You're also hoping the scouts are noticing, so maybe another team.
Right, true.
Finds you interesting.
Not just your team.
Yeah. Just missing.
Well, he wanted to ring him right there.
That slider just off the outside edge.
This little slider here might be down and away, but close to being paint. It is. Mika doesn't lie. He wants it.
That, without question, is pain.
That is pain.
But is it pain if you don't get credit for the pain?
No, you do not.
2-2. Inside, full count.
Then he overthrows a fastball right there. He's not afraid to go 3-2. He goes 3-2 most of the time last year just to stay in shape. That's what I always say. He goes 3-2 just to stay in shape. Doesn't bother him.
Well, in his mind, before he arrived here, he had 150, 160 pitchers to work with. So who cares if he walks a bunch of people?
It's true. And I think that's how he went about, pitching over there. He just can't do it here.
Didn't change his philosophy here.
No.
Going around 100.
That's the way he's always pitched.
Runners go to center field, in for a base hit. Jeremy Reed coming around to score the 4th Mets run. And it's 4-1 New York.
Didn't hit it hard. Cutter, slider, just a little up. Just punches this ball to right field. 3-2 pitch. You don't know what he's not thinking. He's fastball because he'll throw him anything 3-2. So he just stays back a little bit. Ball's up enough. End of the bat. When you're going bad, that ball has a flare into right field. When you're going good, it's a weak fly ball, a little pump back to the second baseman. But he dunks it in there to right field for an RBI. And that double play that was not turned is killing the Red Sox right now.
It is a 3-run 4th inning so far for the Mets. We're here at Fenway Park in Boston. Don Orsillo, Dennis Eckersley, and Heidi Watney bringing you Boston Red Sox baseball in high definition in Adobe Digital 5.1 surround sound on NESN. Coordinating producer of Red Sox baseball is Russ Ken. Senior coordinating director is Michael Narachi. The associate producer is Jeb Fisher. Production assistant Caven Heath. And NESN's executive producer is Joel Feld. Luis Castillo fouls the first pitch off to the left. Daniel Bard up in the pen for the Red Sox here in the 4th inning. Daisuke up to 61 pitches, having to work the hardest by far here in the top of the 4th inning.
Only one hard hit ball in this inning, the double by Beltran.
Pickoff play, and Daisuke throws it into center field. No advance, though, for Omar Santos as he remains at second.
I don't understand throwing this, pickoff play. I mean, if you throw a good throw here, maybe you got a shot at him, but he launches this ball out into center field. I'd like to take my chances with the guy at the plate, to be honest with you.
One 1 to Castillo. Here's ball 1. A 3-run 4th inning. It was a 1-1 game coming into this inning. The wind has shifted here at Fenway Park, and the wind now blowing in pretty hard. Here's ball 2. Veritek out of the crouch to reel that in. So the wind has changed. Started by blowing out to right. It's shifted now, coming inward. Castillo pops it up foul ground. Lowell and Bay, but it'll get back into the seats. And Castillo will have another chance as the pitch count rising for Daisuke Matsuzaka.
He was cruising right along there for 3 innings. I mean,
just the mistake to Gary Sheffield. That's about it. It's the only hit that he'd given up through the first 3.
Looked good too. They haven't hit the ball hard this inning, but you don't have to sometimes.
Santos and Martinez on the bases for the Mets with 2 down. And a 2-2 to Castillo. Ground ball up the middle. Pedroia will flip to second to end the inning, but the damage done. Mets score 3 times and lead it 4-1. Sports Desk presented by FW Web. Find FW Web's 27 bat centers at frankweb.com. We'll look ahead to what's in store for the Celtics this offseason and highlights and reaction from Game 2 of the Magic Cavs series from Cleveland tonight. Plus, interleague play is in full swing. Get all the highlights coming up on Sports Desk after tonight's Red Sox coverage. We'll change here as Angel Pagan is headed to right field. And Ryan Church is coming in. Maybe more injuries here for the Mets.
I don't know what could have happened. He wasn't even on the base paths that inning.
He's headed to the clubhouse. So Pagan takes over in right field as Johan Santana returns to the mound.
You see the back to this double play ball. I just think his balance, he wasn't ready to go all the way across the bag. You'd have to ask him. I mean, they're probably talking it over right there. I haven't got the answer. It's just
Tim Bogar, who handles the infielders, of course the first base coach this season for the Red Sox, going over with him in between innings.
I mean, he knew it was a double play ball. He just I think all of his weight was on his right foot and he just couldn't get through it.
It worked out to be a big play. Gave the Mets more of an opportunity and they cashed in.
You give this guy a 3-run lead. He knows what to do with it.
Jason Bay fouls off the 2-0 pitch. He reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. That's his second look at Johan Santana. And he's ahead 3-1. That wind is coming in now.
We've got issues here.
Ball 4 and down to first base goes Jason Bay. Let's check back in with Heidi.
That fisherman Charlie Moore is here at Fenway tonight watching the game. I got a chance to catch up with him, and he issued a little bit of a challenge to us.
Of course, we're probably going to invite Don back on. Because, you know, Donnie came on in 2002, I think, the first year he got here.
Yeah.
You know, of course, he had to come on my show. And Don's been complaining about not being on, you know, every single season, you know, since then. So Don's going to come back on. And I'm thinking about actually having a Nesson, kind of a Nesson fishing tournament to see who the best, you know, can you fish? See, can TC?
I think I could beat Don and TC for sure.
You can beat TC, I think, for sure. You can beat Don? Don, she can beat you. Are you kidding me?
I can totally beat them. Don, Eck, you guys up for the challenge?
That's some serious smack that Charlie's throwing out there, don't you think?
I told you I don't touch fish.
I know.
So if you can fish without touching them, I'm all for it.
That's kind of an issue if you're not going to touch the fish.
He explained to me, Eck, that you weren't going to touch the fish, but he would have an assistant there for you to take the fish off the reel and that your hair would not get messed up at all. Those are his words.
No moss mess up. No moss.
Why do I have to bring the moss in?
Moss
What's that got to do with fishing, you know?
Serious smack thrown out there by Charlie. This is lifted in the air by J.D. Drew to left.
Uh-oh.
Sheffield, the wind blowing it, goes over, and it's a foul ball. Can't get it, but it is not harmful as it lands in foul ground. That wind has shifted and is blowing in now and swirling here at Fenway Park.
That had double written all over it because Sheffield was sort of just lollygagging to the line. You know, look at him. He's trying to size it up. He's sliding too early. You know, that ball's just foul. But that was a tough play because you're going to slide right into the wall. For a 40-year-old guy, that's not a pretty position to be in.
1-2 to Drew. JD fouls it off.
You see this play last night, which was a huge play. Adam Lind hit this ball to get them out of that inning off of Ramirez. That was a big play last night that ball stayed in. Bay making a nice play on it. You take for granted.
Chopped right side. Castillo ranging, goes to second for one. That's all they'll get. They get the lead runner in Jason Bay, 4-6 for the first out of the inning. Let's check out the answer to our Aflac trivia question tonight, brought to you by Aflac. We've got you under our wing. Which two lefties had 20-win seasons for the Mets? Jerry Koosman in 1976 and Frank Viola in 1990. Jerry Koosman was a pitching coach recently, too, in the Mets organization. Well, not recently, about 10 years ago, but in Pittsfield, Massachusetts.
I got my first big league hit off Jerry Koosman.
Is that right?
You don't forget that.
No.
You do not forget. It's a rocket up the
Jerry Koosman had me warm him up one day as he was the pitching coach for the Pittsfield Mets. And he threw a curveball that I was going to go catch and hit me right in the face of the knee. Just crushed my knee.
You didn't know it was coming?
No.
But
he had a real good curveball.
Did he say curveball? Or
No.
did he trick you?
He was just getting warmed up. Almost took me out.
You should go play catch with Wake. See how you do.
Santana won 20 in his first full season as a starter with the Twins. This one into left field. J.D. Drew headed for third base. Sheffield digs it out. And into second base goes Mike Lowell with a double.
Lowell gets a ball changeup down and in. Gets out front, but just flips it down the left field line. This is a double easy for Mike Lowell. Second and third, one out.
Well, here come the Sox, and here comes Jason Veritek, who's already homered tonight off Johan Santana. The key matchup is brought to you by Honda. And Veritek with the updated numbers now. .474 against Santana. 2 home runs against Santana. 1 tonight. Remember, coming into this inning, Santana had a 21-minute wait as his Mets put together 3 runs. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. 1-1.
So just take your choice here. It's 50-50 flip of the coin. Fastball changeup.
So Drew at third, Lowell at second, 1 out here in the home half of the 4th inning. Veritek hits it hard to short. It kicks off Martinez and into left. This will play 2 runs. Drew scores. Here comes Lowell. Veritek stops at second base. It's a 1-run game now. Jason having a heck of a night. He's driven in 3 runs.
Veritek gets something off speed right here. Sharply hit. The second hop just eats up Martinez right there. This ball's got to be picked. I know it was sharply hit. Second hop ate him up. 2-run score easy. Veritek at second. 4-3.
So you're looking for an error here.
Oh, that's got to be an error. I mean, the ball was sharply hit, but this is the big leagues. Second hop.
We'll give him credit for 1 of the RBIs. No swing and a miss for Julio Lugo. So the error charge to Martinez. Veritek hit it very hard. And he is charged with an error, and Veritek gets credit for 1 RBI, so he's driven in 2. And the Red Sox are back within a run. Well, Lugo fouls it off and is down 0-2.
I'll tell you what, Veritek really gives Santana trouble. I know 9 for 19 before that at bat. Hit that ball sharply. Could have been a hit. I mean, they could have given that ball a hit.
I thought it might have been, to be honest with you. Just as hard as he hit it, it exploded on Martinez at short.
1 more hop, though. You know, it was like that second hop just ate him up.
Glanced off him and landed pretty well down the left field line.
Went a long ways after it hit it, didn't it? Took forever for Sheffield to get it out from over down the line, didn't it? The ball never came out.
0-2 misses. So it's the second miscue of the night for the Mets. Top of the Red Sox order, Jacoby Ellsbury waiting on deck. Popped up foul ground. David Wright has got to play. and he makes it.
No easy play there on pop-ups now, the wind blowing.
It's made a difference in the last inning or so. There's 2 outs. Veritek remains at second base. Back up top for Jacoby Ellsbury. Reached on an infield hit to extend that hitting streak to 17 games. Back in the first. Rounded out first base in the third. 1 for 2. The Mets in the top half of this inning scoring 3 times. Red Sox so far with a pair. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. To center field. Jeremy Reed is back. Makes the catch that ends the inning. Red Sox get 2 back, and within a run, it's 4-3 Mets. Top half of the 5th inning. And it's Daniel Murphy who leads it off for New York. Pitch 66 of the night for Daisuke Matsuzaka, and it's strike 1. They've up the 3 runs in the 4th inning.
There's a pitch we haven't seen all night, a little screwball. Remember the gyro ball?
Does it exist is the question.
Maybe that was it. Gyro in the dirt.
Do I remember? We made a CD about it. Started my music career.
That's your song. Remember, you're looking for a song? That's it. You had your shot.
Sadly, it was also the end of my music career. Nothing's really, I was hoping something would come out of that. Really, nothing has happened. Nothing. 3-1. It's Murphy, then Angel Pagan, who took over for Ryan Church in right field, and Carlos Beltran. Anybody gets on, Gary Sheffield will have a chance. Here's ball 4. Leadoff walk for Murphy. Introducing the new $5 Red Sox instant game from the Mass State Lottery. You can win Red Sox season tickets for life and up to $100 million instantly. We'll try that again. $1 million instantly, not $100 million. That'd be a lot more. Get yours today. For details, visit masslottery.com.
That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money, but still is $1 million.
Million's all right. $1 million, one big bean.
That's what you can win with a $5 Red Sox instant game ticket. Angel Pagan standing in for the first time tonight. John Farrell on the phone. The bunt bid, and Daisuke off the mound. Look at second, but fires to first. In time to get Pagan, and he's going to try for third, and Lowell slaps the tag on. Daniel Murphy is out. More base running issues for the Mets. He looked up, saw nobody at third, and thought he'd try it. They want to think that through again.
Not a smart play. If he gets there, you say great play, but meanwhile you've got to make sure you get there. And he thought Lowell couldn't get back. You see right here, Lowell comes up, but Matsuzaka makes the play. He sees that Lowell's not back, but Lowell gets back in time, then smothers him, sort of won't let him get to the bag. Backpedaling all the way. Nice idea, but when it doesn't work, it's not smart. You're already in scoring position at second base. He is a rookie, isn't he?
Yeah, just 49 games last year for him. Base running has been an issue for the Mets this season, among other things.
It's aggressive, but if you don't make it, it's not smart at all.
So 2 down now. The base is empty, especially with the guys you got coming up.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that.
Carlos Beltran now, Gary Sheffield next, and David Wright if he gets that far.
I'm sure the Mets booth right now is all over that.
And the boys Keith Hernandez and Ron Darling.
Oh, they don't miss a trick. Believe me. That's a hell of a combo. Keith Hernandez and Ron Darling.
They got it covered.
They really do. They're
position player, pitcher.
Yeah, I know them both very well. They're good guys.
We had the pleasure of having Ron Darling on a couple years ago, and the Mets were here last. He came over and did a couple of innings with us.
There they are.
What Gary Cohen.
What a combo those two are. They were with the Mets in their heyday back '86 when they won it all.
So chopped up the middle. Pedroia ranging, and a bobble. Beltran will reach. Happened on the transfer.
You don't see that happen every day. Routine ground ball. Can't get a handle on it. See this ground ball, high chopper, second chop, easy room service hop. In the exchange, it just flips out of his glove. That'll ruin an errorless streak if he had one.
So a base runner for the Mets with 2 down here in the 5th inning, and Gary Sheffield, who's been aboard twice. The home run in the 2nd, walked and scored in the 4th inning. Takes ball 1 from Matsuzaka.
I don't know what the pitch count they said coming in. You no more than what, 80-90 pitches, you'd think, his first start back.
It's 77 right now. As the pitch is strike, has Sheffield looking back. The Amica Pitch Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Get the right auto and home coverage at amicacoverage.com. And the home run pitch to Sheffield.
Fastball away. He doesn't really get it all. Hits it at the end of the bat, but yanks it, pulls it just enough. High fly ball. It's out of here. But you would expect this probably to be his last inning. I'm not quite sure. I wouldn't put the ranch on it, but you see 77 pitches, first time out. You don't want to start an inning and have to yank him next inning, because you know they're not going to let him throw more than what, 80-90 pitches.
Threw 70 pitches in his last outing. Sheffield showing more displeasure with home plate umpire Paul Nauert.
This was kind of just an ugly breaking ball inside. It's supposed to be outside. He throws it inside, not even close, really. As a pitcher, you don't even want that. You know, I would be embarrassed to take that for a strike. I'm kidding, but
1-2 the count to Sheffield. Baffled on that pitch. Backside bailing. 4.5 done, 4-3 Red Sox. Bottom of the 5th inning, Mets on top 4-3 over the Red Sox from Fenway Park. As Pedroia leads it off for Boston here in the 5th. NYN Santana back on the mound dealing with Pedroia, Ortiz, and Euclid here in the 5th inning. Pedroia hooks it on the ground to deep short. Ramon Martinez not going to get him. Infield hit and second hit of the night for Pedroia.
It's like Pedroia gets something off speed right here and hooks it in the hole right here. It's going to find it's going to find Martinez. He's really got no chance here. Safe, easy at first base. Nice leadoff single by Pedroia. Second hit of the night.
David Ortiz has struck out twice against Johan Santana tonight. Once swinging, once looking. Played by Santos, but it misses inside. David last time was not happy with strike 2. And had words for Paul Nauert as Justin Masterson has jumped up. I would imagine that he would naturally follow Daisuke. He had Daisuke's spot in the rotation while Daisuke was gone.
Right, this is his night to throw. Now whether or not he's not throwing for fun, I wouldn't think.
He did have Daniel Bard up in the 4th inning when the Mets were scoring some runs.
Feels strong, I bet, this being his day to pitch.
Ortiz grounds it foul.
Ortiz really doesn't know what to look for. You've got to respect his fastball, knowing that he's got the great changeup, and he just saw that little slider cutter he just threw him. You got to get ready for that fastball. If he throws you something off speed, it can make you look real silly.
This will be pitch number 80 for Johan Santana. They're going away. And Ortiz hits a ground ball. Castillo to second base for 1, on to first. Double play. The game summary is brought to you by Comcast, and Gary Sheffield here with the Mets for the first time. Hits a home run off Daisuke Matsuzaka in the second inning. Put the Mets on top 1-0. Julio Lugo trying to turn a double play, cannot get it done. And it turns into more opportunities for the Mets as they're able to score 3 times in the 4th inning. Then Jason Veritek able to drive in, got credit for 1 run on a hot smash to the shortstop. Ramon Martinez was charged with an error. And the Red Sox got back within a run. So it's 4-3 Mets with Youkilis batting and 2 outs.
The more I see that double play ball to Youkilis that he didn't turn it over, it makes me think about his leg. I mean, if he's 100%.
Lugo?
Yeah. Is he 100%? Because he doesn't really get around. His range is not the same. I see a difference in his range. And, you know, he doesn't run quite as well. You know, you have to wonder. In fact, Francona talked about it last night. The left-hand side of the infield is really not, you know, on top. I mean, as good as they can be. And you just sort of live with it. I mean, look at the Mets.
All banged up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've got Martinez playing shortstop. That was, you know, not the way they planned things. I mean, this guy here, Reyes, is such a big part of that club. I know I'm wearing that out.
This one grounded foul. Look at all the injuries they have. And Carlos Delgado, of course, at the top of that list as well, besides Jose Reyes, who's not technically on the DL, not yet.
A couple of years ago, they talked about Reyes like he was probably you'd start your team with him, right? A lot of guys said that. 60, 70 stolen bases.
Youkilis lines this foul.
Santana creeping up. Pitch count 84. Trying to finish off Youkilis right here. You can foul anything off. This guy can make any great pitcher look bad. Out.
Well, he gets hit. Youkilis barking out at Santana now. And Santana back at Youkilis.
I think Santana's upset that, first of all, that he didn't get out of the way. Uke wasn't saying anything. Uke was just sort of smiling. He wasn't trying to provoke anything, but, you know, Santana's mad that he hit him, I believe. He wasn't trying to do anything. I saw him, he's just smiling. Santana was ready for something on that. I don't. What happens sometimes is you didn't want to hit him, and then you hit him. And it's a lack of really reading somebody, you know, how they react to it. Youkilis was just smiling. He wasn't trying to provoke anything. Santana didn't want to hear anything, didn't even want to see a smile. I mean, I know I would have been upset if I hit somebody I wasn't trying to hit. In fact, Uke didn't get out of the way very well. I kind of dove into that a little bit.
Well, now Jason Bay with a swing and a miss.
Like, I don't understand Santana being upset, though. You see this fastball in, and he doesn't really get out of the way. It's that back elbow. If you think about it, it's not that far inside. And then he sort of looks at him. Shit. Oop.
The 0-1 is fouled off, and it's 0-2.
Never mind. We'll just forget about that. But he wasn't trying to provoke him.
Lead off first for Youkilis. And an 0-2. Swing and a miss. Going to chase that, and he strikes out. 6 strikeouts for Santana. 4-3 Mets. Back at Fenway Park, Mets have a 4-3 lead over the Red Sox as we head to the 6th. And a new pitcher for the Red Sox is Justin Masterson. After 5 innings from Daisuke Matsuzaka, Masterson making his 11th appearance and of course his first since back into the bullpen after starting games for Daisuke Matsuzaka in the rotation. 41 1/3 innings overall, 2-2 record coming in for Masterson. And he's got to deal with David Wright, Jeremy Reed, and Omir Santos.
I think Masterson did a nice job in the rotation while he was in there. Held his own. It's not easy to do, go from the bullpen, to the starting rotation. He did a real nice job.
Very nice luxury for Terry Francona when you have Daisuke go down. They have a guy like Justin Masterson available to put right into the rotation. And he's in here in the 6th inning, and him going back to the bullpen only makes what is already one of the major league's best bullpens even better.
Oh, absolutely. You could bring him in any time because you don't want to just consider him a long guy. Are you kidding me? He could do anything. He's a double play waiting to happen, can punch somebody out, anybody out.
Away, and it's 2-1 to David Wright, who has lined to right and single.
See that crossfire there? It's unhittable against a right-handed hitter.
The wind has died down here a tad. It was coming in pretty hard. Now the flag's still out there in left center field. This one fouled off. Well, Daisuke Matsuzaka going the first 5 innings tonight. Look at his line and his return. 80 pitches, 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. They're all earned.
I like what I saw. Good velocity. I think his command was a little off the last couple of innings. A little rusty. But you think about it, those runs they scored there, 3 in the 4th inning, were really only one hard hit ball. Double play cost them. Let's face it.
Well, tomorrow night at 6, live from Yawkey Waves, Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe's Red Sox Game Day live with TC, Jim, Heidi, Dennis, and me. Josh Beckett goes for his 3rd win in 4 starts. You'll get a preview, plus an exclusive behind-the-scenes segment as Dustin Pedroia was mic'd up during batting practice this week. And they'll examine what K-Rod means to the Mets. It's all tomorrow night on NESN. Leadoff walk for David Wright. Jeremy Reed, 0 for 2 in the ball game.
David Wright has stole 10 bases this year, but been thrown out 7 times. Well, he's not afraid to try to steal a bag. That's what it is. He can run, though. He's stole over 20 bags before. Adds to his all-around type play. I think this guy's a great player. One of the best players in the National League, along with Beltran.
Reed fly to the left, reached on a fielder's choice, 0 for 2. Came around to score the 4th run for the Mets. Right now, Mets have a 1-run lead. Red Sox outfield straight away.
This is the part of the lineup last time up that gave Daisuke trouble. Not necessarily Reed.
In on the hands and popped up, foul ground. Veritek coming back towards the seats, won't have a play. Well, the Mets coming in a game and a half back of the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League East. Phillies are at Yankee Stadium tonight, and they have a 5-1 lead over the Yankees as they play in the 7th inning from the new house.
That's the complaint. You think about the Mets and the Phillies. Their complaint is they have to go play the American League East. Right? It's kind of not fair.
You like interleague, but sometimes you don't like the foes you match up against year to year.
Right.
And your schedule is unfair if you look at it from that perspective.
You want to go out and play the West. You don't want to fly out there, but let them come here.
Justin Masterson, first out of the pen for Boston tonight. David Wright with a leadoff walk. Now 1-1 to Jeremy Reed. Softly grounded to first. Youkilis is going to go to second, and they get the force out of David Wright.
You know, Uke didn't really have to go to second on this ball, but you're glad he did. He was so far on the inside part of the bag that he knew he had a clear shot at a throw to second. You see him coming up way up like that, clears himself to be able to throw it fairly easy to Lugo. You want that force out, but sometimes it's a little safer to take one, but he got it.
So Jeremy Reed at first. Second time he's reached on a fielder's choice. 1 out, 1 on for Omir Santos. Luis Alcea, of course, the first base coach for the Red Sox last couple of years, now with the Mets.
You wonder where they find these catchers. Santos, right? He's been, what, 28 years old. He's been around only briefly in the major leagues. With Baltimore last year, I saw where it pays to be a catcher. You will find your way to the big leagues if you hang around long enough.
No pitch inside from Masterson for ball 1. He's from Puerto Rico. And with the Orioles for 11 games last year, as you mentioned. Career minor leaguer prior to that. Signed as a minor league free agent with the Mets.
Finds his way to the big leagues. Kind of a contact hitter. He's trying to make some contact. He's not going to try to do anything large.
In there for a strike, and it's 1-1. How big a deal is it? And really, it wasn't last year at all for Masterson to go from being a starter to reliever, but he went rehab with Pawtucket a little while to get used to it again. Is this a tough thing right now?
Yeah, well, not you can go back to relieving.
Yeah,
a little bit, a little different adrenaline rush. But for me, going from relieving to starting is what's hard to do. He did the tough. That's the tough part of it. I don't see. I mean, especially luckily in spring training, he was ready for it. There's no such thing as starting the year in the bullpen and then turn into a starter.
Of course, the Red Sox had him stretched out during the spring as a starter until they kind of figured out what his role was going to be.
It was smart to do that. You can always go the other way around. And I'm sure as a big league, he's lucky. He's happy to be in the big leagues. But if I had my way, I want to be one or the other. I mean, I know you're glad to be in the big leagues, but I think you'd rather be a starter. I think that's what your hopes are, is to be a starting pitcher in the big leagues.
This one down the first baseline will stay foul.
But when you play in a club like the Red Sox that have so much talent, think about it.
Yeah, does that make a difference?
It's hard to break in this staff, let alone in the starting rotation.
But what I mean is, does it make a difference because you're with a winning team and a winning organization that you don't mind doing this role as long as you can stay here?
Oh, absolutely. He's not in any position to say, geez, I just wish I could start. Not at all. But that's what you got to hope to be, don't you? I mean, unless you
ultimately, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal.
You're talking about a pretty young guy.
He's young.
Yeah.
You can always relieve.
This one fouled off, and it hangs at 1-2 to Omir Santos. With 1 out, Jeremy Reed at first, and a tight ball game tonight, game 1 between the Red Sox and Mets. Ramon Martinez on deck. Different looking Mets lineup with so many injuries. They're at the tail end of a long road trip. San Francisco first, Los Angeles, now Boston. Struck him out. First strikeout from Masterson. It's out number 2 of the 6th inning.
This ball's got some life on it right here. Ball's going to sink a little bit, and it's hot. They're going to come back down there. Not a whole lot you can do with it.
So 2 down, Jeremy Reed at first base. Ramon Martinez. Flat out to the warning track and left, and single. And 2 at bats tonight as an RBI. Inside for ball one. Nuku's holding on Reed at first with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Martinez called up on May 18th by the Mets. A 1-0 from Masterson. In there for strike one. Jeremy Reed at first had started and stopped. As he gets instruction from Luis Alicea.
You know he's not on his own, that's for sure. He's looking over there for a sign.
One to Martinez. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Masterson had appeared as a starter in 6 games, 2-2 with a 4.58 ERA. Had logged quality starts in each of the last 2 outings as a starter before the return of Daisuke Matsuzaka. Runner goes. It is strike 3. Martinez strikes out. Back-to-back Ks for Masterson. 4-3 Mets. Four to 3 as J.D. Drew, Mike Lowell, Jason Veritek coming to bat against Johan Santana. Drew is 0 for 2. He's popped out, reached on a fielder's choice. The line for Santana. Drew with a base hit into right field. This is the 3rd straight inning the Red Sox have had a lead runner on.
Drew gets a pitch that he can pull right here. Fastball. Guessed right. Because I think you almost have to guess with him. Another nice swing by Drew.
So Drew at first. Mike Lowell 1 for 2 tonight. Grounded out short in the second. Doubled and scored in the fourth inning. Santana wanted it, but it's ball one inside.
Umpire's been a little inconsistent. You never know what you're going to get. Inside, outside, you're not really sure.
Paul Nauert with the plate tonight for the umpires.
A backdoor slider here. He doesn't throw a lot of these.
In there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
It was not a slider. It was a fastball.
Santana was 6 strikeouts in the game tonight. 1 walk. Lowell pops it up, shallow center. In comes Reed. And out goes the second baseman Castillo. And diving back to the bag at first is Drew. Got quite a ways towards second base. And then had to dive back.
Kind of deked him a little bit. You know, you want to be halfway in case he drops it, but the chances of him dropping it is 0. You see him over halfway, but he wants to make sure if he does drop it, he can get to second base. Just in case, you better hustle back.
So 1 out, Drew at first base, and Jason Veritek coming up. And a home run in the second inning. Hard hit ball that was ruled an error, committed by Ramon Martinez at shortstop. Got credit for 1 RBI. But 2 runs scored on the play, and the Red Sox got back within a run where they stand right now. So strike 1.
He has been a pain for Santana tonight with the home run and the sharply hit ground ball to short that was ruled an error, but 2 runs scored on it. Could have easily been a base hit. He would have had all 3 RBIs tonight.
Veritek with a home run in the second. His 8th home run of the year. On the ground left side, Martinez will go to second base, and it gets into right field. Everybody's going to move up. Drew to third, Veritek to second. The errant throw from Ramon Martinez, and more bad defense from the Mets.
You see these plays made in the hole, and they're done, you know, most of the time this play is made. It's like, okay, backhanded, flip it to second base, bad throw, gets away. You take it for granted sometimes on a play like that, but that's what can happen when you're going bad and you haven't got your regular shortstop in the game.
So second and third now, 1 down, and a chance here for Julio Lugo as the Mets are going to bring the infield in. Second error of the night charged to Ramon Martinez. The 3rd error of the night for the Mets. Lugo takes strike 1.
You know, when you're a pitcher in this position right here, this is when you have these stress throws. These throws, you know, you're almost at 100 pitches, and now you got to dig deep and reach back. And these are the throws that hurt you the next day or 2 days later.
Lugo pops it up. The infield was in, so they got a dart back. Castillo back there to make the catch. And a big out. It's out number 2.
Big pitch by Santana right here to get a pop-up.
It's time for a game break in Tom Caron. TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. The start to the season for Ibanez with the Phillies. 16 home runs now.
Ooh. What a free agent signing that was.
Ellsbury with runners at second and third, 2 outs. Take strike 1. Santana's made some big pitches in this inning. And up over 100 now. J.D. Drew at third base. Jason Veritek at second base. 2 away. 0-2 to Ellsbury.
He breaks out the slider that he doesn't throw very often right there. In the dirt, he can't lay off. See this 0-1 pitch slider in the dirt. Can't lay off. See if he tries to put him away with a piece of cheese. Tries to get him fishing at that slider again.
He gave up a leadoff base hit to Drew. The ball popped out. Veritek reaches on the error by the shortstop Ramon Martinez. As Lugo to pop out. Second and third, 2 down, and a 1-2. Ellsbury stays alive. Jammed him in on the hands.
Got a changeup up there. He wasn't trying to throw it there, that's for sure. Fouled it straight back. Got away with it, really.
Chop towards shortstop Ramon Martinez. On the run, the throw low, but it's dug out at first base by Murphy. Still a big play. Red Sox ran 2 in scoring position. Mets lead at 4-3. TNT rapid rewind, and the pitches that Ellsbury saw in that last at bat.
He starts him off with a fastball down. He gives him that pitch. Looked like a ball. And it's a slider down and in. He can't lay off. Tries to throw him another slider. He will not fish. And you see the high changeup that he got away with right there. Then he beats him on a fastball. Fastball up, chopper to short.
AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Bunt bid, and Veritek can't get it there quick enough. Luis Castillo still with good speed.
He's been doing this his whole career. He knows how to do this because he can fly. Not as fast as he used to be by any means, but This is a blueprint bunt, because when it chops up high like that, that's a beautiful thing, because it's going to bite when it comes down. No chance for Veritek. It's part of his game, is bunting. You got to take it away from him, like they're trying to take away this bunt right now.
So lead runner on here for the Mets in the 7th, Daniel Murphy. Lowell coming in from third as he squares and gets it down. Masterson a look at second, but goes to first. Sacrifice complete as Pedroia covered the bag. So it goes 1-4. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 10th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Special seating section at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to catch a Boston Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. And our thanks to Dunkin' Donuts for dropping off refreshments in the booth.
You don't see the Red Sox do what just took place. You haven't seen it all year, have you? Guy gets on, 4-3 game.
Not a lot.
Run him over.
Not in the 7th inning, especially.
No, that's National League Baseball right there.
Angel Pagan, who took over in right field. Ryan Church left the game. Pagan at a sacrifice bunt in the 5th. Ground ball up the middle. Lugo can't get it. It's into center. Castillo coming around, and the Mets kind of manufacture a run here to go on top 5-3. All starts with a bunt single by Luis Castillo to get the inning started. He scores.
This looks like a ground ball to the shortstop up the middle. It looks like it's just a harmless ground ball up the middle, but I think it had top spin on it. If you see this right now, one big hop, the next hop has got top spin, and it almost speeds up. Lugo attempts to get it, not even close. RBI base hit, and they get that insurance run in the 7th inning. So the bunt did pay off.
Carlos Beltran, as you get into the heart of this order. Beltran hits a high fly ball to center field. Jacoby Ellsbury underneath makes the catch for the second out of the inning as Pagan back to the bag at first. It's a little different when you get to the end of the game now against the Mets too. You got J.J. Putz for the 8th generally, and you got K-Rod for the 9th.
Right, and that's how they made the big switch last year in the offseason. Spent some money to get big money to get K-Rod, and then traded to Seattle to get Putz, who was a closer, had a couple good years with Seattle to set up. See this guy here, what, 62 saves last year?
Major league record. And signing the big contract with the Mets. Inside to Gary Sheffield, ball 1. And he's limbering up right now. He's 11 for 11 in save situations, tied for the major league lead with 11 saves.
Red Sox have had success against him. You know, J.D. Drew hit a bomb off him in the playoffs last year.
There goes Pagan at first. Veritek's throw is going to one hop and not be in time. Stolen base gets Pagan into scoring position with 2 outs.
You know, Masterson always has to be aware of the fact that somebody's going to steal on him, because takes a long time to get it to the plate, that big old arm swing, and Veritek has absolutely no chance here. Pagan runs pretty good.
So in scoring position with 2 outs, Sheffield ahead 2-0. And he takes ball 3. There's a strike, 3-1. Sheffield taken all the way. And the Mets have tacked on a run here in the 7th, looking for more as they lead it 5-3. Masterson into his 2nd inning of relief. Sheffield gets jammed and fists it out to left, but Bay's there to make the catch. It ends the inning. Mets get a run and lead it 5-3, 7th inning stretch, and time for a Sports Desk update with Cole. Most he's thrown pitches. Oh, there it is, 109. Back at Fenway Park, Mets have tacked on another run in the top half of this, the 7th inning, to lead it 5-3. Johan Santana's back to the mound to begin the 7th.
They've got the bullpen going, so it's not a matter of him getting all the way through this inning. If he has any trouble, I think they'll go to it.
Season high is 109 pitches. That was 107.
If anything, he'll get through Ortiz, I believe.
Now, you blew me off last night with this question. I'm going to ask you again, only because
where he is on
where
the mound.
he is way over on the third base side on the rubber.
Right, and I used to be way over, just the opposite, because I was a right-handed pitcher too. I mean, I think he likes to be there because it gives him all that side of the plate on a right-handed hitter to hit for a strike. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
His throwing arm side, it gives him more room to throw that fadeaway changeup.
He's way over.
See what I mean?
As far as you can go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Pedroia hits it in the air to deep left field. Sheffield back, front of the wall to make the catch.
Pedroia already had a scraper off the wall for a double earlier in this game, and he hits a high fly ball. I think the wind had a little something to do with knocking this ball down a little bit. Takes a little sigh of relief there. He wasn't quite sure. In this ballpark, ball goes in the air. You said, I don't know.
It's got a chance.
It's got a chance.
Well, Santana, new season high in pitches thrown. He's got the first out of the 7th. Here's David Ortiz. He'll take strike 1.
He's had a rough 3 at bats tonight so far. Not that you can't. Anybody can off of Santana. You got to guess with him a little bit here.
Yeah, you struck out twice and grounded into a 4-6-3 double play against Santana. And a swing and a miss. He's down 1-2.
So the guess wrong there. He's looking fastball, gets a breaking ball, swings anyway.
Seems like a lot more sliders in the mix recently.
Right. Especially left-handed.
Swing and a miss. Ortiz strikes out for the 3rd time tonight against Santana. It's strikeout number 7 for Santana, and there's 2 down in the 7th.
Absolutely no chance here after the breaking ball down and away. This gas is right by him. It's out of the zone. You couldn't get there if you tried, really. He just had his way with him tonight, like he has a lot of hitters. Even though David's in a slump, it could have happened any given time.
Youkilis has struck out twice. He was hit by a Johan Santana pitch in his last at bat in the 5th, and then exchanged words with Santana down the first baseline. Don't use your outside voice. The 1-0 is fouled off, and it's 1-1.
I don't even know what he was saying, but he wasn't angry. He wasn't angry. See, I think Santana just wants you to take your base. Just go take your base, he says. I think Santana's provoking them more than anything. I mean, if you were going to choose sides here.
This one fouled off, and it's 1-2.
Maybe he doesn't like Youkilis.
What's not to like? Yuke's a very likable guy.
Just because we like him doesn't mean the opposing team does.
The 1-2. Youkilis strikes out for the 3rd time tonight against Santana. A 1-2-3 7th at 5-3 Mets lead. Eighth inning, 5-3 Mets. More Masterson. As David Wright with a swing and a miss at the first pitch of the 8th inning. Wright is lined out, singled, and walked, driven in a run. Now 29 runs batted in on the season. Masterson's been in since the 6th inning. Daisuke Matsuzaka 5 innings tonight, giving up 4 runs. And Daisuke on the hook, came in 0-1. And fresh off 3 rehab starts, returning to the Red Sox rotation. It's ball 2-1.
See, David Wright gets his walks. The only thing down this year on him is the 3 home runs, but it hasn't affected him. Hitting 364, walking in.
Left side, Lugo in the hole, long throw, gets there in time. Roll diving, trying to get it, but Lugo is back there to retrieve it. And the good hard throw for out number 1.
A tough play for Lugo right there with Lowell diving in front of him, almost blocks him out of this. Look at this, under his glove. Lugo shows off his gun. He's got an arm right there. But you got to have to be a shortstop in the big leagues.
So one down now for Jeremy Reed, who is 0 for 3. He's flied out and reached twice on fielder's choice. Masterson has thrown 34 pitches since coming in, 2 1/3 to left field and in for a base hit for Jeremy Reed, who's on base for the 3rd time tonight. Well, stay with us immediately following the game tonight for WB Mason's Extra Innings. You'll see the live post-game press conference of Terry Francona, and Jim will break down Daisuke Matsuzaka's return to the rotation tonight. Plus, all the reaction from the Red Sox clubhouse after this series opener with the Mets in our Clubhouse Uncut segment. It's all coming up right after the game with TC, Jim, and Heidi. 1 out in the 8th. Jeremy Reed at first base. Ramir Santos, the batter, as Bobby Parnell, big right-hander, up in the pen.
Got some guys in that bullpen that got some good arms down there. Besides K-Rod. You don't even see Putz down there either. There he is. I wonder why he's not getting up for the 8th inning.
They pitched the day before last in their last game in Los Angeles.
And there was some talk of some, arm trouble with Putz. So they're probably careful with him now. They got a long season. You don't want to overwork your bullpen. And you never even see K-Rod even think about going 2 innings. Over the course of the last, several years with the Angels. He was a workhorse, but never more than an inning. Socha never forced it on him. Didn't have to. It seemed like there was a save every day last year.
The 0-1 is strike 2. 205 saves.
Last 4 years.
For K-Rod since 05.
He's averaging 50 a year. It's making a mockery of the save rule.
The guy who's second behind him is Trevor Hoffman, who is second with 171.
And he's not going to stop anytime soon. Hoffman. He's got 11.
He's doing it with the Brewers now.
Yeah, he missed a couple weeks from the get-go.
This one fouled off. Still 0-2. He's making life easy for Ken Maka.
Yeah, you got to have it.
Daniel Bard, who was up earlier in the game, back up again. He was up in the 4th inning.
It's tough to find your way in this bullpen if you think about it. Everybody's so good out there. Where do you find your niche out there if you're Daniel Bard? It's almost like when they're losing, you go in.
This one fouled off. He got through his first outing here at Fenway Park. Looked a little bit different here at home than he did on the road.
He did. But he had to be just as nervous. I mean, nervous is nervous, isn't it? He was very nervous in Fenway Park. I mean, there's a difference.
There's another level of nervousness, probably.
Yeah, in front of the Fenway crowd. He wanted to show off his goods, and I was ready for it. I'm sure that it'll be a little easier the second time out there.
0-2 to Santos. And he struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Masterson. 2 down in the 8th.
Masterson's just playing with him. Just absolutely playing. This kid has no chance. Santos. Ball's dipping down, sidearm. I feel for you. I was thinking about Daniel Bard. It brings back memories to when I was a kid and when I was 20 years old, broke into the big leagues. My first time I pitched in Cleveland, I had the bases loaded. Frank Robinson brought me in, bases loaded, nobody out, and Hank Aaron comes in. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm not lying. Wow. I am not lying, and he did it on purpose. And by the time I got to the mound, I didn't know who was on deck. Understand? By the time I got to the mound, I said, how do I do this? I just didn't want to throw it to the screen.
Right.
So then all of a sudden, okay, I'm ready. And I looked, and here's Hank Aaron walking to the plate.
How about that?
Come on, will you?
How'd you do?
I balked on the first pitch.
All right.
So it was downhill from the. It was downhill. I balked.
Way to handle the pressure.
Atta baby. See, so I mean,
it worked out okay though in the end.
I know what nervous is. I know what it is, and I balked, and then I didn't care what Hank Aaron did. I did get him out, but so what? So he can't do any worse than that.
We'll see if he gets his second outing here at Fenway Park tonight. He's warmed up twice. Looking on now as Masterson has 2 outs in the 8th. There goes the runner at first. Veritek is throwing, and he got him. Jeremy Reed gunned down by Veritek. It's on to the bottom of the 8th. 5-3 Mets. Jason Bay leads it off here in the home half of the 8th. The Red Sox down by 2 runs. That's the bad news. Good news is Johan Santana is not in the game anymore. As Jason Bay takes strike 2. Bobby Parnell, the new Mets pitcher, makes an appearance in his 21st game of the year. 2-0, 1.96 ERA. He's not allowed to run in 15 of 20 appearances on the year. Bay to third base. David Wright. Throw that is just in time to get Bay. Very close.
Wright took his sweet time on this. Took the second hop and sort of lined it up almost. It's a fastball right here. Chops it. That last hop kind of took a long time, and he just took a long time to unload this ball. Luckily, he has a pretty decent arm. It's bang bang at first. He knows what he's doing over there, but whew, a little too close for comfort.
One down for J.D. Drew. Drew with a single his last time up, a 1-for-3 night. Red Sox have compiled just 6 hits for their 3 runs tonight. He's throwing hard.
Ooh, this kid's got a good arm. Rookie. Started in the minor leagues. That's all he did in the minor leagues was start.
9th round pick in 05. Grabs the corner at 99.
Ooh.
Wow. Cheese, paint, everything. 1-2.
Hair. Throw some hair on there too. Might throw all of it on there. Cheese, paint, hair.
All at once.
Yep.
Lose ball 2, 2-2.
Hard as you can. 99. Man, this is that young cheese is what it is. This kid.
Framed by Santos, but it's ball 3 as he eclipses 100 miles per hour at that last pitch. Season high 118 pitches tonight for Santana. It goes the first 7. Drew strikes out.
Woo. This guy's got some gas. You know it's coming. I've seen a bunch of them in this at bat to get to 3-2. Then he throws a center cut piece of cheese right there. Vaya. Huh? Center cut.
Just when I thought I'd heard all your stuff, you break out center cut.
That's like middle. You got to have some hair to throw by people right there.
Mike Lowell with 2 outs takes ball 1.
I didn't know that kid throws that hard.
He is 24 years old. Lowell lifts a fly ball to center. An impressive inning for Bobby Parnell. The 5-3 Mets lead. The All-Stars is tonight. Here's a sample and Bob Biggerstaff.
I am not in good shape, as you can tell. I recently found out I need to lose some weight. Here's how I found out. I'm at a football game, right? I go to use the bathroom. I'm using the urinal. It's one of those automatic flush urinals. When I stepped away from the one I was using, mine and the 2 on either side all flushed.
It's coming up after Sports Desk tonight. Well, the Red Sox trail by 2 runs as we head here to the 9th inning. As this call to the bullpen is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Daniel Bard had been up in the 4th. He got up again in the 8th, and he's into the game for the 9th. Allowed his first run of his major league career on Wednesday night. He had gone 3 1/3 scoreless in his first 2 appearances. Tonight marks the 4th game he's pitched in the majors. 2.25 ERA. Takes over for Justin Masterson. Well, first 5 from Daisuke, who gave up 4 runs. And Justin Masterson, 3 innings, 1 run. Well, as you might imagine, K-Rod is up in the pen for the Mets.
He's taken his act to New York. And has been right on the money since he's gotten there.
He's not allowed to run in 18 of 19 outings. As Bard with strike 1 to Martinez. Ramon Martinez has made 2 errors in the field.
Boy, he's had a tough night.
1 for 3 at the plate with an RBI. They're pretty impressive. Bobby Parnell in the bottom of the 8th.
You can see why Putz wasn't in the game. And they've got a couple guys out there. Their bullpen is I don't know if they're leading the league, but they're right up there. Their pitching staff is under a 4 ERA. So you can see how they've won some games. Just recently losing 4 in a row, though.
And the Mets at 3.88 as a team. The Dodgers lead the National League at 3.64. Then Milwaukee, a bit of a surprise, 3.86.
But their bullpen has done a nice job. How could it not when you got a guy like K-Rod out there and Putz? He's a young kid, Parnell.
Bard misses with the 2-1. It's 3-1. As K-Rod stretching it out. Their pen a 2.88 ERA. Ground ball left side. Lowell will cut it off. Throws out Martinez for the first out of the 9th. Coming up after the game, stay tuned for Granite City Electric's Red Sox final. TC will have a chance to be part of the. You'll have a chance to be a part of the show. Visit NESN.com. Now to submit your questions, the NESN.com inbox. TC and Jim will answer your questions, plus a trip around the majors and a preview of the remaining 2 games against the Mets here at Fenway Park this weekend. It's all coming up after the game on NESN. One out for Luis Castillo with Lowell in on the grass at 3rd. As he fouls it off, 97 on the fastball from Bard. Castillo had a bunt single in the 7th inning to get the inning started. Ended up coming around to score an insurance run for the Mets, their 5th run of the game. Who's been on the Red Sox pitching staff since May 10th when he was called up from Pawtucket. Line to 3rd. Lowell with stride on the grass, pulls it in, 2 down.
It was scary right there. Lowell playing up for the bunt. Gets a bullet hit at him. Oh, that's some quick hands right here, right at him. Slow motion makes it always look like, oh, that was easy, doesn't it? I wouldn't want to have been up that close.
That's the idea. It slows it down.
Yeah, everything looks easy. Yeah.
Daniel Murphy now bats with 2 outs.
Man, you're tough. You are really tough. Okay, let's go to regular speed, all right?
Here we go.
Here we go. Bam. You want to be there?
No,
that still looks slow. Still looks slow.
Well, you saw it with your own eyes, too. It's much quicker.
Yeah.
0-1 to Murphy. Just missing. The ball and a strike.
I gotta have that. That ball's not low. Haven't got on the umpires all night, have I?
Compared to the other 2 nights, no.
Right. I've been real
This
good.
has been mild.
Better. I'm getting better. Right? I'm working on it.
Line caught by Lugo. It was rising and hooking, but he makes the grab to end the top of the 9th. 5-3 Mets. NESN is brought to you by Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. Bermuda Tourism, your Boston BMW dealers. Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Back at Fenway Park, last in the 9th inning, Francisco Rodriguez, a perfect 11 for 11. His 20th game for the Mets. Jason Veritek leading it off. And taking strike one.
You know, K-Rod made his splash in 2002 in a playoff run when he was a rookie, young kid, and with the Anaheim Angels, where they went on to win the World Series in 2002. Took over the role a couple years later from Percival and has not let up since.
Veritek career 1 for 6 against K-Rod and down 0-2.
You see the gas he's got right there, 95, but that's not the most thing he's got recently is a bunch of changeups and a curveball that he's always had, but he's went to the changeup more than ever.
Major League record 62 saves a year ago in his last year in Los Angeles. Inside, and it's 1-2. Prior to that, the most saves that he ever had in one season was 47, and he did that in 06 in LA.
But he's always had that gas curveball, but the changeup he puts guys away with a lot. He's been throwing it unbelievable. There it is again. It's kind of hard. 88. Back-to-back changeups. 0-2, 1-2.
Veritek homered in the second, reached on an error in the fourth, reached on an error in the sixth.
Is this a hook? This must be a hook, not a changeup.
It is, and Veritek takes ball 3. Very close.
He breaks out the curveball, throws him 2 fastballs and then 3 off-speed pitches, 2 changeups and a curveball. He probably wants this. It might be high. It is. Good call.
Veritek had been down 0-2, full count. To left center field. Jeremy Reed going back at the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Bangs into the wall out there in left center, but holds on for out number 1.
Nice play by Reed. He stays with this ball. Doesn't get antsy against the wall right here. Leaps a little too early, but I don't blame him. He doesn't want to smash into the wall too hard. Doesn't know exactly where the wall is, and K-Rod is appreciative. Veritek put a nice swing on that ball. 3-2 fastball he got.
Now Julio Lugo, who takes strike 1. Mets pitching has retired 9 straight Red Sox. The end of the outing for Santana in the 7th. Bobby Parnell for the 8th. And Rodriguez has out number 1 of the 9th. One and 1 to Lugo.
There's that changeup right here. 1-1. Oh, he misfired with that.
Almost stumbled at the end of that delivery, too. 2-1.
That was ugly right there. That's just a changeup that he just misfires right here. You see this. Gets away from him. There's his handoff.
Lugo lifts it to short left. There's Sheffield wandering in. 2 down in the 9th. The league leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. And some impressive numbers. 205 since 2005.
I'll tell you what, this guy could style after he gets a save, can he?
Always has.
Oh my God, this is I thought I was bad. This is ridiculous when he gets a save. He's already styling. He got the ball back from the third baseman and sort of slammed his glove against his leg. He's already ready. style around the joint.
Ellsbury takes strike one. Jacoby extended the hitting streak to 17 games with an infield hit back in the first. And so far his only hit of the night. He's 1 for 4 as he bats here in the ninth. Fly ball to left field. Gary Sheffield underneath. Puts it away. A 1-2-3 ninth inning as the Mets take game one of this 3-game series, 5-3 from Fenway Park. And the Red Sox late in the game going quietly as the Mets bullpen. Pretty impressive tonight, shutting down Boston